Hello everyone, this is Felicia on F1. Today is Monday, September 28th, and I am going to give my Russian Grand Prix race review. Bottas wins, the Netflix curse strikes again, and Sochi's still bloody boring. Let's get to it. Congratulations to the race winner, Valtteri Bottas. He loves this track, and it shows, and he had the luck swung his way, and he got the confidence he needed to get his second victory in the year. So hopefully helps with his confidence and helps for shape the rest of the remaining 7 races this season. So we'll see what happens. Next person to highlight is Sergio Perez with the P4. Congrats to him. Drove a great race. Even without the upgrades, really helped. He didn't get the upgrades. I know Stroll has them. So performed really, really well. Congrats to him. Third point is Charles Leclerc. Finishing P6, drove a very good race, outperforming the beast and truck of a car of the SF1000. I think also Vettel played the team game and held up the Renaults too, so that helped. We shall see if the upgrades in Sochi helped. And I know that they're expecting more upgrades for Germany, so we'll see how the Ferraris do in Nürburgring. Not necessarily a highlight, but I wanted to point out Renault. Pretty good result with both Daniel and Esteban. Renault performing well this season, so interesting to see what will happen. More points haul for them to get to, if they're going to win best of the rest. So be interested to see how they perform in the next couple of races as well, and seeing if these tracks suit their car. On to the lowlights. Checo's teammate Lance Stroll, 2 DNFs in a row. What is going on? I guess it wasn't his fault. Charles would clip him in the opening lap. I think Charles got away with that. I really think someone should have pointed it out, but I guess it's the opening lap, so stewarding decisions are more lenient. Next person is Carlos Sainz, another double DNF, 2 DNFs in a row. Again, dumb error this time. Hit a wall, goodness gracious, not great. McLaren overall also not great. Lando had to pit early, changed his tires, ran in the back for most of the race. Hard tires started to fall off in the closing laps. They had to change and, couldn't make it up the grid to get points. So not a great weekend for McLaren. They're going to be, hoping for Germany can't come soon enough. Someone who finishing P3 shouldn't be under lowlights, but Lewis Hamilton. Finished P3 really based on the penalties that the FIA gave, the 2 5-second time penalties that he had to do. Drove as well as he could, but obviously that really affected his race. He still is leading the championship. I mean, he still has a 44-point lead. So, doing quite well. This kind of leads my next section to hot takes is the stewarding decisions. Is kind of, we always have something to complain about the stewarding decisions, but God, they're really inconsistent and really fishy. I don't know what to think about that. Stewarding as bad as VAR. God, it's goodness awful. I think one suggestion is to make the staff that do stewarding decisions permanent. Don't rotate them. If you rotate it, you're going to lead to inconsistencies. I don't know. They got to modernize the way that they look at these things. I feel like it's antiquated. Putting things on paper and faxing and is just pretty ridiculous. Anyways, but I digress. Sergio Perez is now, where is his future? He's no longer at Racing Point. Where is his seat next year? According to him, there is a preliminary contract with the team. Rumor has it with Haas. So we shall see. We shall see. Also, interesting, curious war of words between Racing Point and Checo. Apparently, they've held to clear the air talks. So we shall see if there's going to be a little bit more fallout from those two. But I expect it to be quite a mature conversation and to be as professional as possible for the remaining 7 races. I enjoyed Karun Chandik's commentary. It was nice to see him, replace Martin Brundle for a race weekend. And actually, overall, Sky Sports F1 coverage in COVID has been interesting. They've had to rotate the people as well. So having Rachel Brooks this year, and then had Natalie Pinkham in Spain covering and being the Simon Lazenby lead host of the weekends has been interesting. So I really appreciate the coverage this year, and I actually like it because it's refreshing and it just makes for a different different points of view as well. And then the announcement that the new F1 CEO is going to be Stefano Domenicali next year. He was the Ferrari team principal from 2008-2014, if you didn't know. Most recently, the Lamborghini CEO. He is replacing Chase Carey, who has been the CEO since the Eccleston sale, since Liberty taking over. I think history will be kind to Chase Carey. I think he's done a lot for someone who was an outsider in Formula One, and it was interesting boots to fill from Bernie. And personally, I think they've done their best to modernize it or try to make it as close to 2020 as possible. And getting the Concord Agreement, budget caps, I'll be really interested to see. He is stepping away. He's still going to be involved in Formula One as a non-executive chairman. His role will probably be leaning towards the commercial side, whereas Stefano Domenicali will be more internal facing with the teams and the FIA. So I'll be interested to see what will happen. First reactions from the paddock is Stefano's appointment being very popular. So I'll be curious to see what happens. We have a lot of ex-Ferrari people in the ruling Formula One and the FIA. So joke is it going to help Ferrari? But I don't know. I mean, it hasn't helped Ferrari now, so we shall see. The future. So the next 4 races, I'm really excited. Nürburgring, Portmanteau, Imola, Istanbul. These are tracks that we've not been to ever or not been to in years. So I'll be curious to see what will happen. The teams will have no data and no kind of prior track record to come from. Most of the grid haven't been to these these venues. I'm expecting a little bit of Mugello-esque type races where there's just chaos. But we shall see. I mean, watch I say that. It's going to be 4 boring races. So I really hope not. But that's it for me. This has been Felicia on F1. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.